So the monthly stats are in, and I'm here now to tell you what happened in the month of November. You may already know because you're listening to the news, or maybe you're just wired into the real estate market here in Vancouver, but it's Andrew Hasman here. Happy to give you my November read on what happened in the local real estate market here in Vancouver. So yes, the fall market has definitely been subdued. We all know why. The big question people are coming to us now is, what does 2026 look like? Well, we'll get to that in a minute. So basically November carried on and left off kind of where October left off, or November carried on where October left off. Sales for the month in November, roughly about 15% below the 10-year average. So we've been talking about this for well over a year now, the 10-year average. And I think now the new norm is, the 10-year average is out the door. It's now a new market. And I think those sales volumes that we saw way back in the past during COVID and in the 2013 to 2018 period, I think that might be done for a while. We're now in a new norm where sales are definitely lower than we've gotten used to over the past while. So sales down quite a bit from the 10-year average, and the average, or the number of listings on the market, so homes for sale on the market, 36% above the 10-year average. So again, we're getting used to a lot more supply in the marketplace. Buyers have options and sellers need to price correctly. Otherwise, they're way out in the sticks and they're going to sit on the market unsold and get frustrated. So what's going to happen in the last couple of years? Interest rates started going up in 2022. They peaked in 2024. Prices kind of held fairly stable for a while. There wasn't much movement in prices. We're all kind of waiting to see if prices would start to come down, because definitely months of supply was increasing on the market and it felt like a buyer's market was happening, but we weren't seeing much change in prices. But this year, 2025, with all the shock and awe from the tariffs in the spring of 2025, our market kind of went into a shock. Sales went through the floor down. Inventory was piling up. This year we've started to see prices really start to come down, and I would say in the last 4 to 5 months we've seen a fairly good acceleration of price decline in the higher end of the market especially. So give you an example, I do a lot of business in the Vancouver's west side, and 50-foot lots with older homes on them. And when I mean older homes, 1920s, 1930s, 1940s age homes, maybe ready for redevelopment. Those lots were all kind of selling from anywhere between 3.6 and 4 million. Today, those same lots are now selling anywhere from 3 to 3.3 million. So a pretty dramatic drop in prices in the last several months. And so people that have been on the market, maybe in denial about what the home is worth, people have to buy and sell for a reason. And if there's something going on in your life and you need to sell your home, you can only procrastinate and put off so long. And I think what's happened this year, we've seen a lot of the sellers finally come to the market and come to terms with what their homes are really worth. They've lowered their prices, and now we're starting to see homes sell at these new levels. And that's resulted in clear indication that prices have definitely come off in most market segments of the city. This, change in dynamics, along with a buyer's market, it's made for one of the best market opportunities in decades here in Vancouver. For people looking to buy homes, there's no question it's a great time to negotiate. Some of our clients have recognized that fact. They've stepped foot into the market and they've been able to negotiate tremendously good deals on condos, townhomes, and single family homes in the marketplace. So there's definitely opportunity out there. So what does 2026 hold? Well, obviously no one knows. Everyone's got an opinion, from, it's not going to change to it's going to be a completely different market. We think it's going to start off pretty slow, kind of like where 2025 is left off. But I think what's going to happen in 2026, some of those buyers are going to realize interest rates are probably bottomed out. We're not going to see much more downward direction in interest rates, if any. And I think a lot of our buyer clients and a lot of the buyers out there in the marketplace have been waiting for that bottom in interest rates before stepping back in. When those buyers realize that the bottom is actually here, I think we're going to see more buyers enter the market. I think we're going to see a pickup in buyer activity in 2026. And what's going to happen is we're going to start to see the sales comparisons from 2026 look a lot rosier compared to 2025. And I think that alone is going to set off a little bit more momentum in the market. It's going to increase buyer sentiment, and that's going to result in more buyers coming back to the market in 2026. It's all psychology driven, right? It's the fear and greed reality. And I think when buyers see that the bottom of the interest rates are behind us and there's more activity picking up, we're going to see that self-fulfill into more activity in the marketplace and more momentum into spring of 2026. I do think, though, with inventory levels where they are, prices are going to probably stay fairly stable, not much upside or downside in the market. I think prices may have reached kind of a bottom. I guess time will tell on that. But I think it's a great time to step in, and sellers, I think you need to be aware of the fact that prices are definitely not going to start trending up in 2026. If anything, more buyer activity and still a buyer's market, but more buyer activity, meaning your home may sell a little quicker than it did in 2025. That leads to me the last thing. Right now, being December, this is a great time to be getting your home ready for the spring. So you should have the maintenance people out, making sure your gutters are clean, making sure that your furnace has been serviced, making sure that the yard is all tidy, ready for the spring blooms, and you'll be set up ideally for when you come to the market in whether it's February or March. Andrew Hasman here from RE/MAX. Just want to wish you an amazing holiday season. Hope you have a fantastic time with the family. Maybe you're going to do some traveling. Reach out to us anytime. We're always here to provide you with some great advice and information on what's happening in Vancouver's real estate market. All the best for the holidays. Speak to you soon.